Oh, all right. So I noticed last time I was recording that for some reason my voice would get oddly quiet during some sections, and I don't know why. As to my knowledge, I had my mouth near the microphone the entire time, but it made for horrible editing and whatever. So I'm going to try to keep my mouth literally on the microphone this time. Literally on. You get to feel me in your ears. So this is, I think I recorded my last one 2 days ago, so I think I'm doing a solo session every 2 days right now. And I'll do that for a little bit until I start getting burnt out or running out of ideas or whatever. But at least I'm catching up, right? Not falling behind. Every Monday at around 2 p.m. I'll be uploading these. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Continuing on from last episode, we haven't leveled up yet. We're still level 2, and we're still trying to find a mercenary. Or not really a mercenary, but a companion to join us, to join our party so we can take down the bandits. One of the jobs on the bounty board was impending large battle, and I have decided to accept that one. So we go to the bounty board, and we pull out the information for the bounty, and it says to contact the guard captain. We do so. We go down to City Hall, which is this one right here. This is the mayor. But somewhere around here, we find the guard captain, or around the bigger barracks, we find the guard captain. And he tells us that some hunters out of town have been complaining about being attacked by weird creatures at night. Uncertain about what type of creatures are actually attacking them, because they don't say animals, they say creature. And sending an investigator out, they have found signs of indeed creatures. Sorry, my brain farted because I got a new pair of earbuds. I put them in so I get noise canceling in, despite the fact that I am not doing audio here for your sake. We're told that tonight, prepare ourselves, as he and a few guards are going to go to the most recent complaint, who has been attacked every night for the past 2 nights. So here we go. We arrive using the directions given to us by Captain Alfric. I made his whole name, Captain Alfric Holgar. And when we arrive, he and an assortment of guards, a priest, and another mercenary, who I rolled for our 4th companion, Xanthar's guide has seen fit to bestow upon me another Dragonborn. Yes, my favorite. More Dragonborn. More. Always more. When we arrive, Captain Alfric talks to the hunter, confirming the last 2 nights' attacks. Understandably, Alfric is dubious about the hunter's, testimony, to which the hunter asks, "You think I would do this to my own house?" He says as he points towards a house full of needles and covered in spiny vines. Our local druid leader going to inspect that, curious about the vines, because they're definitely unnatural, but at the same time nature-based. With the 21, Lear has identified the vines as signs of blights, corrupted plant life, usually keyword, made from undead mingling with druidism, but there has been blights created without undead. And knowing that there is a bandit captain working with a druid, chances are this is part of the grander scheme of the bandit Boho, or the Bodo. Lear will tell the captain to expect the plants. The hunter will go inside and protect his family, who they keep in the back room here, just in case things go wrong. And Captain Alfric will debrief the troops, telling them, we don't know how many are out there, but according to the hunter, there's been more and more each night. And by day, they retreat. This time, we'll make them retreat before day. Stand your ground and drive them back. Any question? To which Baharush will lightly raise his hand, and Alfred will be like, "Yes, sir?" Baharush says, "Who the fuck is that?" Pointing towards Valnorae. She just sort of tilts her head and says, "Nice to meet you too." "Oh, experiment time. My AC is on. Obviously, that's going to make my audio a bit weirder, but does it make me super quiet as well? We'll see." Captain Alfric will motion towards her. She's another mercenary who picked up the charge as well, same as you. Don't worry. Wouldn't allow her to come if I didn't think she can handle herself. Are we ready to begin? Now, those who can see in the dark are going to have to make perception checks. He doesn't notice anything as they look into the darkness. Lear sees a lot of movement in the night, and he tells them they're coming, and we begin. wave 1 of the blight ambush. What we will do before they approach is everyone will take their positions. There we go. Let's roll initiative. And we will begin with wave 1 with the blight ambush. This is definitely a level up event where we are leveling up after this. So I piled these blights on top of each other just to make it easy for me. So this one enters and it has 20 movement speed. And remember, for my sake, I'm making it to where the NPCs and enemies cannot dash or disengage, or cannot dash or dodge, just to make life easier for me. So I don't have to try to remember which ones are doing what. The next wave, how many rounds until the next wave enters? 6. So in round 6, wave 2, because you see up here they count the rounds. Your movement speed is 30. Moving up here, Needle Blight is going to shoot a needle at the guard. The guard has cover from the fence, so +2 to his AC. 11, guard AC without the shield because he's using a bow is 14. Misses. Now one of the leaders of this wave is the Blight, or the Vine. Movement speed 10. Is gonna very slowly make his way up. She is going to rush up to this ridge, and she's gonna throw a hand axe, or 5. He's gonna charge forward at this thing. Oh, so it's just guidance. Never mind, he's gonna start off with that. Seems like a good introduction. It won't last until wave 3, but you know, good. If you're within those lights and you're non-hostile, you gain 1d4 to attack throws. Because I'm using 1 D&D rules for the druid, good news, he can switch out his cantrips every long rest. Thank God. Got rid of Shillelagh, which has been my bane for hours now. Priest. 1 action, concentration. Okay, but what's the duration? 10 minutes. Step forward behind everyone, so if anything enters this golden light, boy, there's a lot of light on screen. If anything hits that golden light, they have to make the save or take damage. 14, which means Baja doesn't take that damage. DC 13. So he makes it, takes half damage, which is death. Attack the one on the right, so we can cleave the one on the left. That just hit. Now cleave the second one. Yep. Alright. And it just straight up dies. Valnorae. Walk over. 5. The way I'm doing the Dragonhide feat, which she and Lear has, is that you can use Dexterity or Constitution for your AC. Because it makes sense. It scales. Why is Dexterity based off the healthier scales? Attacking the Blight. 4, 10. 7. So, you know. 8. Alright. Gonna do a Constricting Strike on the guard. Oh boy. 15. Straight up kills the guard as the vines wrap around, crushing it into crushing and breaking his bones that the vine blight will then drink the blood pouring out of him. Attack, kill, maybe. Actually, it's already weak. It's dead. 8. This blight. Only 4, but that does it. The wave 2 is almost here. 4. Kills it. Stabs it through its rotten heart thing. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's all of her movement speed. Yeah. Things you love to see. It. And she'll put smite into it because it's a crit. Why would he not smite crits? That's 33 damage. This thing is like dead. But unfortunately, that's all of her movement. This guard's going to drag the guard's mangled corpse back up. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And put him here. Backs up to the line. All right. Here we go. Wave 2 out of 4. This one has a lot more twig blights, I think. I think it's like 10 twigs. Rush forward and attack Jackie. She still can't see it. Ooh. 4. Could have been a lot worse. Going to attack the twig. If there's anyone who's good for being out there alone, that's Baja because of his dark vision and resistance to everything. Does she get motivated, or is she like, is Baja Roosh's rampage contagious to her? Yes. So she will now begin to throw caution to the wind as she gets emboldened by his abilities. Maybe a bad idea, but whatever. Needle blight. Oh, I mean, fuck, she's getting emboldened, all right. -8. Dead. All right, you, because why not? -9. Spiritual weapon. It is concentration up to a minute, which means that they can't use it, but it scales better now, I guess. I don't know. It's concentration now, so that's the important thing. Dead. So that's 17, and then cleave. Oh, I mean, unnecessary against a twig blight. That thing's like dead. Charge, which held activates her held action. 8. So it dies before it can actually do its turn. Unfortunate for you. Here and here, it's gonna attack. Hopefully both blights, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I like how every skeleton I pack on top of each other, the eyes and nose get smaller. Needle blight's gonna scratch a baha. Oh boy. 12 reduces 6. Sacred flame to injure twig blight. Oh, it takes double damage. It took 28 damage. 14 damage. Hey! It does it. Needle blight's gonna attack at advantage because you're reckless. $11 halved to 5. There you go. Couldn't do that last time. Round 12. What side of the map do these ones invade from? Oh, they come from the top. They invade from this side now. I'm just gonna roll general stealth or whichever one has the highest stealth. 3. Okay. If it's above 10, we don't know they're coming from that end. We don't know they're coming from that end. So now the needles are going to strike, which means he is attacking that one. He's attacking that one. He's attacking that one. He's attacking that one, and he's attacking that one. Okay. Let's go. So advantage because of stealth, 15. AC is 14 because they're all using crossbows. 7. And now we know as a guard cries out, getting struck. Doesn't do it. 4. Suddenly we just hear all the guards in the back crying out in pain as they're getting attacked. Left. Advantage stealth. Okay, it just misses. And then attacking that guard. That hits. 7. Luckily, none of the guards die. Guard, now aware that he's under attack, will throw down his crossbow, draw his spear, not enough time to draw a shield, and it's going to attack. 6. Dies. No. 16 damage against this needle. Going to attack that twig on top, who is outside of the radius of the spell. 8. So she's going to rush over. Attack number 1. Only 4, but that's enough to kill. And then she has 5 feet left. Boom. Bonus action. Or not bonus action, but just whatever action. Boom. Boom. Dead. Guard is going to shoot a crossbow at that twig blight because he can see it. Dead. Twig blight needs to make the save. Only a nat 20 can save it. No. It's dead. No, it's not dead. Guard is going to shoot at the twig blight. And then he's going to try to get inside. Door's locked in case you guys can't hear that. So instead he's going to sit here after jingling it because he doesn't want to die. Priest is going to try to Sacred Flame this here blight. He fails. He's dead no matter what I roll. Attack twice again. There's against the twig. This is against the needle. Yeah. Alfred's going to attack. Alright, good. I just like, wait, is next round when they come up? No, round 18 is when the next party, or the next wave shows up. Round 18. Which side does the last wave appear on? Top again. Still raging. According to this, 10 minutes is 100 rounds, so that rage is not going to end anytime soon. And he has no other bonus actions. But he could breath weapon. Okay, they need to make dex save throws. but they're vulnerable, so they take double damage. That one takes triple damage. Or that one takes double. I hate the D10s. I'm going to be honest. It should be 2d8. But whatever. Plus 2d8 every time it's supposed to go up. That way it actually scales good. Stops being useless. Doesn't matter. This guy takes that times 4. This one's dead. And this one takes half, which is doubled to 10 damage. Still alive. Fuck. Hey. -9. They're just going to do something a little unconventional. Stand there. And he's going to Radiant Breath Weapon his own allies to heal them. Oh, good. He hits them all. For 5. You know what I'm going to do after this fight? I'm going to switch it back up to the 2d8s. Like the Fitspan Unearth Arcana. Because, again, that's just so much better. It fails. For 10. Valnorae. Rush. And strike. And kill. And boom. And second attack. Kill. And he's guard captain for a reason. 7. And second attack. Vine Blight's going to do his Vine Entangling Roots thing. Centered on him. So everyone inside. So all enemies inside there, which is Jackie, Baja, and the Priest, and make the strength saves. He does so at advantage because Rage. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Then you see, let's see. It. It makes it. It takes half. It takes 10. That's still enough to kill it. Ah, fuck. All right. Spirit Guardians for the win, man. Guard is going to shoot the Blight, maybe. The Twiggers. 4. That's exactly what you need. You cool Twiggy. There we go. Valnorae is going to continue to attack. Oh, boy. Yeah, well. Roosh is just going to straight up attack and do a pushing strike if it doesn't kill him outright. It does. He still pushes him, but just pushes his dead body out of the way. Anyone ever see that that Viking Raider execution on Dishonored? Or not Dishonored, on For Honor. When he takes the axe, swings and hits him in the gut and pulls him towards him, wraps an arm around him and laughs like they're friends, and then grabs him and fucking throws him over his shoulder. That's what Baja Roosh does. Yes. Kills the Blight. And with that, combat is over. We are victorious. So out of the 5 guards, only 1 died. And what all did we kill? 1, 2, 3. We killed 5 vines. We killed 13 needle blights and 38 twig blights. I would say that's worthy of a level up. So after the battle, and we regroup at the front of the cabin once again, Lear notices that the forest has calmed down. There's a lot less distress coming from the trees and the snow. Taking this as a good sign, the guard captain relaxes and looks at the 1 dead, and he takes off his helmet and he sighs. I wish I took heed of these warnings earlier. Perhaps we could have avoided much death. Thank you, mercenaries. When we're back in the village, meet me by the treasury, and I shall reward you properly. For now, take your leave, and be safe on your way back. We're clean up here. The group will nod and head out, and begin to head out. Val will once again praise our combat, saying, you guys are fun to fight for, and I'm looking for some power. You need another adventure on your side. Which Baja Roosh will sort of laugh and look over her. Val is small for a Dragonborn. 5'8". Her eyes are made of fire, and she only weighs 191 pounds. So she is, she's small. She didn't look like much in combat, but boy, was she effective. But Baja Roosh will happily say, you're welcome to join us. We could always use a smith on our side, especially one that is good with our hammers. To which Lear will agree. The more the merrier. I have a feeling that the Blights were sent by the local bandit leader after we attacked his camp a few days ago, last week, I think it was. He was quite powerful, so if you're eager to help, we'll take all we can get. Val will spin her axes in her hands and says, don't worry, help, and especially help taking out bandits. I'm good for that. But the guard captain is right. We should get back and rest. And we do. So it's been 2 days, and we're going to train. We're saying as we're going up to level 3, we need to train for 3 days, so we won't be traveling again until the 7th. They all get their subclasses. In case anyone was wondering how long that battle was uncut, I've been recording for 2.5 hours. So that one battle was about two hours, if you're not counting the amount of time I spent talking to myself. Okay. Jackie has leveled up. She gains Improved Critical. She can crit on a 19 or a 20. Channel Divinity, which allows her to do both Sacred Weapon and Divine Sense. And she gains the Oath of Devotion, which gives her Sacred Weapon. Now to roll for her HP, and then we continue on to the next person. Next, Valnorae. I also get the sidekicks out of the way. Let's just do her HP first this time. Okay. Valnorae is done. She gains Improved Critical, just like the other one. But she also gains Bonus Proficiency, which gives her a bonus proficiency. And she gets Fighting Spirit, which gives her 5 temporary hit points. And also gives her advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of her current turn, which works really well with the Nick ability. Now for Baharush. So, I don't have the knowledge or the abilities, I believe, to actually do it with half of the Barbarian level. So I'm just going to do full Barbarian levels, because that's easier for me, and why the hell not? And changing this back to the fucking 2d8 method, thank God. Hell yeah, my dude. Finally, someone's getting some health around here. And finally, leader. Okay, gain 6 plus 3 is gain 9 hit points for 28. Oh my goodness, the new bark skin. It's so good. But it's also concentration. But my level 4 boon is going to be where I can summon. I can use the summon spells with a channel divinity or a channel nature instead of a spell slot. And they're not going to be concentration and lasts for 24 hours because I love animal companions. So yeah, I'm not. I'm about to not have a concentration spell, so I'll take bark skin. It's so good now. Look at bark skin. Instead of just making your AC 16, whatever, unlimited fucking temporary hit points for a minute or for an hour. An hour, people. You touch one willing creature and protect it with regenerating bark. Till the spell ends, the target's skin assumes a bark-like appearance. At the start of each of the target's turns, the target gains a number of temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency bonus. That gets significantly worse at higher level because it's not like your level or spell slot or whatever, but it's still really good. So I'm gonna take that. I'll make it a sheet like I did Betetha's. Which beast am I gonna summon? But before I can actually start summoning it, I have to spend 200 gold. But that's fine. That's fine. I'll get it. But once I get that boon, actually no, I think the boon should still require the thing. That way it motivates me to get it. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. You don't. Nobody knows what I'm doing. How dare you judge me? What the hell? Refresh. Refresh. Okay. You know what? I like it. I refreshed once, immediately saw a name I like. The other name is Badar. So I can't use Summon Beast until I gain, until I get that acorn worth 200 gold. So I need to, so we'll see how much I get paid for this. It is going to be a good amount of money, but I don't think it's going to bring Lear over the 200 gold threshold. Yeah, probably not. So we are all leveled up now. The only thing I forgot was her 3rd level fighter, whatever, but that's really not important. Now that the sidekicks have reached their subclass feature, they no longer get class features every level, which means that Val will no longer get fighter abilities. Jackie will no longer get paladin abilities. But however, Lear and Baja Rouge will continue to get everything. So let's see what we are rewarded with. Okay, so we're gonna get a horde, and we might get our first magical item. The reason I say that is because I'm planning on this being a low magic campaign, which means that magical gear and stuff will be very, very rare. So I'm going to try to convert all of this just to straight up gold. So that 2,600 copper is just 26 gold. Oh yeah, she's rich because she's a smith. Sells her services. I'm gonna say +5. Oracle, do we roll on the magic item table? Yes. Okay. We're gonna go on the lowest one. Actually, I'll just roll a D100. All right. So 47. 47 is supposed to be 1d6 times on magic table 8. So I'll do 1d6 divided by 2. Round it down. So that's 2. We'll roll 2 times on magic table 8 to see what we get. 22 is a potion of healing. 97 is a potion of healing greater. I'm gonna have to roll persuasion on Val to see if I can get her to make me a discounted gilded acorn, because she is a smith, and I'll do so at advantage because she did join the group. So 13. I'll just roll one more time and I'll take the lowest. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I can hope. What can I say? It does something. So the way crafting works, according to the player's handbook, crafting. You can craft non-magical objects, including venturing equipment and works of art. You must be proficient with the tools relating to blah, 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 blah. For every day of downtime you spend crafting, you can craft 1 or more items with a total market value not exceeding 5 gold pieces. So that means I can give her... Okay, so it requires... It's 200 gold item. So what's 200 divided by 5? Because that's how long it will take her to make it. And this isn't just her. If I went to any merchant, this is how long it would take. 200 divided by 5. It's 40. It'll take her 40 days to make me this acorn. If multiple people are proficient with smithing, they can do it to half the time. Baja Rouge, are you proficient with smithing? No, you're not proficient with anything. Wait, what did I give you for your background then? Right, you chose brewer supplies. You wanted to get crunk. I'm gonna put this in my book here, in the house rules book. For every day downtime, in total market value, if something you want to craft to the market value greater than 5, you make progress every day in 5 gold piece increments until you reach the market value of the item. For example, a suit of plate armor, 1,500, takes 30 days to craft by yourself. Multiple characters can combine efforts, tools, are working together to stay in place. Each character contributes 5 gold worth of effort for every day spent helping craft the item. For example, 3 characters with the requisite tool proficiencies and the proper facilities can craft a suit of plate armor in 100 days at a total of 750 gold. You can use downtime between adventures to recover from debilitating injuries, disease, or poison. Your DM might allow additional training options. That's true. My additional training options are feats and ability score improvements. Well, that makes things actually very easy for me as a DM, because I already had the rules for training. Training lasts for 250 days and costs 1 gold per day after you spend the requisite amount of time. So you need 250 gold to train it in a feat, a language, a skill. After you spend a requisite amount of time and money, you learn a new language, you gain proficiency in the tool. Yeah. So she is going to start working on it, but it'll take 40 days. So that means, 40 days, so it's the 16th. 40 days will be the 26th of chess. I gave her 100 gold to make it, and I'll give her the other 100 gold to finish it. Yeah, so she doesn't gain that yet. So I'll put it underneath her bonds. How long have I been recording? Because I like to do 4-hour sessions. It is 3 hours and 50 minutes, but I have a feeling right now, with everything, the end result will only be about 20 minutes, because I'm just cutting out everything from the fight that wasn't There wasn't a death or something happening and then just leveling up. Not a lot has happened. So let's do something. I need to earn gold to give to Val. I can't wait the 40 days to attack the bandit. I don't know what else him and the druid are up to. Speaking of which, did I spy the druid familiar during that fight? Something I totally forgot to ask. The reason I did. The reason I'm asking is because in session 1, after we got done fighting the bandits the first time, got our ass kicked by the bandit captain himself and left, an owl familiar was spying on the camp. So that druid sent the familiar, and I saw that same familiar. According to this, I saw that same familiar during that fight. That is 2 for 2 evidence that druid is behind the blights attacking this village. Things are getting real. Things are getting real. Let me go into a bit of a narrative about how the training works for them, for how they get their new special abilities. Starting with Baharush. He pledges himself to one of the gods. Well, actually, he always pledged himself to one of the gods. He is personally a worshiper of the Red Knight I have right now because Gob doesn't know a lot about the religions. So let's see. What god is a god of fire? He was part of Druid's Grove, so Sylvanas to be a thing because you have to remember that Druids both bloom and wither. And because they both bloom and wither, there's a reason Druids are capable of great destruction as well as great healing. Yeah, he'll be a worshiper of Sylvanas. Yeah, he's a nature-based man, so he is the destructive force of Sylvanas, while Lear is the restoration of him. So with Sylvanas' blessing, he becomes the Flaming Death, to burn out the rot of the world, burn the undead, burn the corrupted. And, as I said before, from the ashes, new life will grow. Baharush, the Undying Servant. Lear, becoming a shepherd, has always been in his blood. As shown in his background, he has always had an affinity for animals. And he's always been a guardian. As shown so far, he goes out of his way to try to heal, try to summon with his fairy dragon familiar, the fairy dragon who is basically his mentor now that his old mentor has died. The path of the shepherd was a clear choice for him. Druids of the Circle of Shepherd commune with the spirits of nature, especially the spirits of beasts and the fae, and call for the spirits for aid. These druids recognize that all living things play a role in the natural world. They focus on protecting animals and fae creatures that have difficulty defending themselves. Lear is definitely one who will focus on trying to help those who cannot help themselves. He is, at his base, a good man. As such, many of the spirits he has met over his years have now agreed to aid him. Being one of the dreaming druids, the ones who commune with the fae in slumber, he communed with 3 spirits that agreed to aid him. The large green guard drake, the moonstone dragon. Like the moonstone dragon that created him, turned him from a green to a moonstone. This drake was his protector at a young age and has agreed to continue to protect. The fairy dragon, which is his companion. She is his current mentor and has agreed to aid him as well, keeping an eye out for danger. And a dryad woman, one of the few survivors of their grove's decimation. Always like a mother to Lear after he left his home. She was there to offer sweet advice when he needed it, comforting words when he was feeling low, and praising him when he was feeling high. As such, this lovely motherly figure has agreed to bring up both his spirits and the spirits of his allies. With his path of the shepherd set in stone, he is ready to call upon those he has protected, as well as to continue to protect, to build his flock. Jackie has always been true to her oath, but now she actually has the power to back it up. With honesty, courage, compassion, honor, and duty, she seeks to protect the weak, bolster the strong, and destroy corruption. And now Val. this would be a good time to go over Val's backstory, because that's something I haven't gone over hers or Jackie's. So this might be a good time to do them both. Let's start with Jackie. Personal goal, duty. You will live up to what you have sworn to do or die trying. That is a very powerful goal for her, as she was forced to enlist into the army. That is where she first started gaining her paladin powers. And in the army, she was set to be a leader, and she would never let those under her fail, and she would never falter in front of them. Her symbol is a dragon, emblematic of her nobility and peace, and her ferocity in combat. Being a prodigy, she is what her family looks to when they see her future, or when they see her family's future. Therefore, Jackie is bound by duty. Nemesis. This one I haven't worked a lot on, and just rolled for it, and it seemed fun. A vampire who has sworn revenge against all paladins after being defeated by one. She has not met this vampire yet, but somewhere out there, there's this vampire who hates all paladins, and eventually we will have to deal with it. Her background life. She knows who her parents are at war. She was born in a temple. She has 5 siblings. Not 7. She has 5 siblings. 2 younger and 3 older. Older human, male, neutral, fishmonger. Older gnome, male, chaotic evil priest. Older elf, female, neutral woodcutter. Younger half-elf, female, chaotic good entertainer that has unfortunately died by being consumed by a monster. And younger human, female, chaotic neutral horse trainer. Her parents is an adoptive family. Mother is a gnome that is an artisan, and father is a dragonborn that is a merchant. So, you know, that. She has lived a comfortable life and grew up in a mansion, and she was very friendly, and she had a very happy childhood. She set off on her own because she was forced to enlist into the army. She became a paladin because becoming a paladin was a natural consequence of her unwavering faith. In taking her vows, she became the holy sword of her religion, the Crimson General, leading through strategy. She has a few life events. She made a friend of an adventurer, a neutral rogue gnome female, alive and well. That's a potential ally out there. In her war, she has fought in a battle. She survived, but suffers from terrible nightmares. So every now and then, I'm gonna have to once a week try to remember to roll on a nightmare table for her. Suffers a tragedy. A family member died. Her younger sister was consumed by a monster. Yep. I went on an adventure. I suffer a grievous injury. Although the wound healed, it still pains me from time to time. So that happens. I'm going to say whenever she rolls a nat 1, that wound's acting up. So she lived a relatively happy childhood, even though she was forced into an army. She was very successful. She had a good home, loving family, and all of her family members are friendly towards her, well, the ones who are alive. Sure, she got hurt a couple times, but she won every fight she was in. She lived a relatively good life. An exact contrast to hers is Celtic Valnorae. I also forgot Jackie's last name. I finally come up with it. It's Griv. Jackie Griv. Celtic Valnorae. Elderic sign. 3 drops of blood beneath a horizontal sword. A blade on a black background, symbolizing 3 foes she has sworn to kill. Let me tell you who her foes are. They are all directly related to her life events. She has a friend that is a half-elf barbarian who has gone missing. Her first target is the one who took her friend from her. She's married. Her spouse was a dragonborn soldier who has also gone missing. The 3rd blood drop is the one who took him. And her last blood drop is this hag named Lonely Kristen Nash, who enslaved Val for 5 years. 3 targets she is going to kill at some point in her life. Instructor. Her trainer served with a group of soldiers and knows much about working as a team. Her signature style, Her attacks rain down like hammer blows, meant to splinter bone or send blood flying. So her fighting style is brutality. She knows who her parents are or were. She hatched from her egg aboard a ship. She is a single sibling. Her mother is single while her father was imprisoned, enslaved, or taken away. The mother is a neutral merchant that honestly doesn't care for her. It's indifferent. And father is alive and well and does care for her. She grew up in a poor household. Complete contrast to Jackie's comfortable. While Jackie lived in a mansion, Val had no permanent residence. She moved around a lot. Jackie had a lot of friends and she had a happy childhood, while Val saw her as different and strange, and she had very, very few companions. Val set off on her own because she helped a guild artisan keep a secret or complete a task, and in return, she was taken on as an apprentice, where she learned her smithing. She became a fighter because she squired for a knight who taught her how to fight, care for a steed, and conduct herself with honor. And she decided to keep that path for herself, which is why I renamed the samurai to Dragon Knight. And her life events, which we already went over, but now I'll go so in detail. She made a friend of an adventurer. They were neutral good, half-elf barbarian. She is missing and her status is unknown. Her name was titled of the first drop of blood. Life events. She fell in love or got married. Her spouse's name, or her spouse was a neutral good dragonborn male soldier. He is missing and his status is unknown. His name is Medscan, the second drop of blood. And finally, she had a supernatural experience. She was enscrolled or ensorcelled by a fae and enslaved for 5 years before she escaped. The hag's name was Lonely Christian Natchin, the third drop of blood. Those are the backgrounds for these characters, again, in contrast to one another. And now we'll go to Val's training for her Dragon Knight. Because a lot of this is open-ended for us to decide, I will say that the knight she squired for also eventually became her husband, who trained her in the knight ways, which is why she became a Dragon Knight. As such, she learned to aim true with improved critical, and she remembered his teachings. And she remembers his teaching about the fighting spirit, about just how to push yourself when you need it, defend those who need you. With her husband's teachings in her mind, she pushed herself to become the best she could be. And that is how they gained their level 3 abilities. Because Val thinks to do the right thing, she is eager to take on this bandit. But first, we need to see if we are going to be alone. But we'll go down and talk to Alfred. I guess I should use his last name, Captain Holgar. We'll talk to Captain Holgar and see if he would be willing to join us on raiding the bandit. We know where they are, and we know that they were behind the blight attack. Will Holgar help us? No, but I do want to roll in the keyword table. Misty. Mist usually leads to poor vision. I'm going to say that he wants to help us, but we need to do more. Because there was that one other job. I don't remember what the other job was. It was protect an animal or something. It was a worthy creature's life threatened. Okay, so I'm going to say that an important member of the community is in danger. And he cannot help us until we help him. So let's roll. How many times can I roll on the keyword table to figure out what type of help he needs? Twice. All right, we get 2 keywords. Location. So we get the location of the person who needs help. Indication. I'm gonna have to look that word up. A signed piece of information that indicates something. So sign, indicator, symptom, mark, manifestation, or signal. So there's a signal, or there was a signal, there was a call for help from a certain location. So we need to go find it. And from there, I imagine the important member of the community, the worthy person, I'll say, because it says humanoid, animal, or monster. So the worthy creature has sent for help, but they've been busy with the bandits and the blight. If we help this creature, will we get help with the bandits? Yes. Okay. That's all we need, so we gotta do this quest now. So how many days away is it? I'll say it's at least 1 day away, so 1d4 -1, because it needs to be close enough to be seen, or close enough to get here in an emergency situation. Minimum of 1. So it's 1 day away. Okay, so let's roll for random encounters on our way to this mansion. Get to use your Gotta use your imagination. Nothing. And it's highly populated, so I'll just roll again because nothing. All right. So no bad encounters happen between the village and this person's home. It is now the 8th. Oh, nope. I'm updating the wrong thing. Oh, shit. So nothing really stops us from getting here. Let's roll on a random NPC table. Who this person is. D100. 4. It's a human. Male. So human, male, noble, true, neutral, and their job in the community that makes them so important. They're a con man. That is literally what I rolled. 82, con man. So let's get him a name. God, he's a con man, but that must mean he makes a lot of money to push into the economy. So I guess I can see how that's important. Bernt the con man. Can't imagine why he's in danger. You know, all the things considered, can't imagine why someone would want to hurt him. So as we approach his lovely little hideout here, God, I love these random tables because you never know what's going to happen. So D100 for his age, 31. He is between 21 and 30 years old. So he's 28 years old. Not bad for integrating himself into a society. So bad that we can't actually stop bandits until he's kept safe as a con man. So as we approach this 28-year-old man, sweating profusely, seemingly paranoid as he dabs his head with a rag, says, "Oh good, they finally sent someone." To which Baha will say, "How do you know we're not with the bandits?" To which Bernt will reply, "Well, one, you're not wearing their colors, and two, they don't employ Dragonborn." Fair enough. So you're Bernt. We were sent to aid you. Yes, I know. Why else would he be here? And as he continues to dab his head, he looks around. The local banditry has decided that they no longer want my services and have since tried to dispose of me, which is why I'm hiding out here. Could you perhaps protect me as we return to the village? I'll pay you handsomely. And Baha Rouge will turn to the others, and they'll all just sort of shrug, like, okay, escort mission. We've done this before. We can do it again. Excellent. Carry on then. I'll stay between all of you if you don't mind. Because we're escorting a high priority target back to the village, I'm going to roll twice for every encounter. So high thing. Anything under 25. We get 1, 2, 3 encounters. So as we're traveling, we're going to ask him, if we're escorting him to town, how did he get here? To which he will tell us that he was on his way from the main city, the capital city, after making a deal. The deal happened to go wrong, but it was on his way here that his coach got attacked and his guards destroyed. He managed to escape, but barely. We understand. Happens sometimes, we guess. 1d4 lizard folk or 3d6 bandits. So 11. One bandit standing in the way to try to stop us. Are the other ones stealth? Yes, we don't know that they are there at all. That means since this bandit is pretending to be a normal woman and us being the good Samaritans we are, would try to help her. Fuck. Okay, so we get like real close. And then they attack. Will the bandit go straight for the VIP? No. Okay, so the bandits want to kill everyone here. We have been messing with them somewhat harshly recently. Minus 15. You know what? Yeah. Boom. Bonus action. Bark skin on Bernt. Bandit's gonna shoot at Lear. Should have been an advantage. Doesn't matter. Not 20. That's Lear. No, my main dragon man. Of course it'd be max damage. Of course it would be max damage. Why wouldn't it be max damage? There's 3 targets. It's Bernt. He's unconscious. He will take the attack of opportunity. Misses. You go over and pump all of her lay on hands into him. At least you kill her. And then the one on top. At last, damage. Baharush is beyond pissed. His friend just went down. His ward, the person he swore to protect, down because of an ambush? Fuck you. That sucked. He's gonna walk over, spin his movement to walk over here. Cure wounds him. Oh no, I'm gonna do this in order. Spirit totem first. Okay, so there's my spirit totem. And then heal. Because then that gives all of us +3 hit points. Because it is going to be my dancing dryad. Attack the guy at the bottom. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, it's happening. Baha's been doing really good today. Last time I played, he missed like every attack except for 3. And now he's hitting everything. Lear will save on spell slots for now. And Thorn Whip that bandit. That hit. Please kill. 5. The Thorn Whip just wraps around his upper body, twists till his neck just and then pulls it closer. Now that we won. They will go to Bernt, who is cowering, and Lear will like, get up, they're dead. And Bernt will look at him and stand up and say, "You call this a protection service? I almost died on the first fight." Oh, they'll be hearing about this when we get to town. And Lear just shakes his head. Of course. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Maybe. Maybe, but I'd never. Encounter number 2. 53. Oh, it's 1d6 plus 2 elk. Lear's gonna roll animal handling. Try to get them not to be afraid of us. Okay. And because he can speak animals now without any spells or anything, we will ask him if they have seen anything dangerous recently, or if this would be a safe place to rest. The elks will tell us it's a safe place to rest. There is no hunters nearby. So then we will take a short rest, all of us. And after an hour resting, I feed them the good berries that I made another night. And we keep going. 76. 1d6 webbed cocoons hanging from the branches holding withered carcasses. This wasn't here when we came by the other day, which means spiders have passed through. Do I see any trails of the spiders? 14. Well, the spiders are here. They're long gone because the encounter doesn't say that there's any spiders nearby. So how many people were unfortunate to get caught? There's 4 people. Luckily, we're with Bernt, so he doesn't get caught. But we make it back to town. We make it back as the sun falls, and after returning Bernt to the village, he says, "Thank you. I shall be safe now. Please come to my estate so I can reward you." So we're going to his estate here in town. Big old mansion. He tells us to wait here, and he'll get a reward. I'm going to put him in his study. Does he pay us good? I'm gonna say like +3. Yes, and I'm not gonna roll the and part, but yes, and so that was a 20. Actually, I don't think I should add the +3 because he did go down in combat, and that would understandably upset him. So I think he would just give us whatever normal reward he was gonna give us. So that's just gonna be treasure hoard. We are 0 through 4 because he is rich and a con man. 1,600 copper, so that's 400 copper each. That's 11,000 silver. So with him back in town, 2 days later, we will ask the guard captain if he's willing to help us against the bandit captain now. Okay, bandit captain, +5 because we completed his request, but there's still a chance he won't. Alright, so that is 14. That's just straight up. Yes, we'll help. I just let it be a flat roll. Will he personally help? Oh, cool. He will personally lead the guard to help us. Put us all down here. So I guess because he's joining, we'll get 1d6 personal guard. Or so let's do this -2, minimum of 1d6. So yeah, 1d6 personal guards. 4. So this is the group we're allowed to take. But here's the thing. I feel like, despite the fact that we are now going to be here again, and despite the fact we leveled up, they are also going to have gotten stronger. For 2 reasons. 1, they now have blights on their side. And for 2, they have had days to rebuild themselves. So this is going to be a boss fight. Like a boss fight. So +5. Do they have blights? No, but motive. I'm going to roll this with advantage on that one, just because it kind of makes sense. Yes, okay, they do have blights. Do they have a lot of blights? Maybe? Maybe. I'll just roll a d20. 1 through 10 is few blights, and so 1 through 10, not a lot. 11 through 20, a lot. That's a lot. So I'm gonna roll. There are a lot of us here, so I'm gonna roll double this. So it'll be 2d4 plus 2. Oh boy, is this gonna be a fight, but at least we have a small army versus their small army. Was Bodo able to recruit more bandits? No, but payment. No, but payment. Is he running out of money? Did he not have enough money to pay some of the bandits because we've been interrupting him? Yes, but woman. Yes, but woman. So he managed to keep Mizza around, despite his lack of gold. But because we've been interrupting his businesses pretty frequently, actually, with stopping him from getting burnt, stopping him from getting the hunters, and driving him out of his old job, he cannot afford to pay more bandits to help him. But Mizza was able to raise blights in their stead. The needle blights being the dead bandits that we have killed before, and the twig blights just being whatever. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, obviously I'm not going to go into this now because I'm recording for 5 out of my 4-hour thing. But next time I do this, we're starting off with this assault. And we're going to take down Bodo, and we're going to take down the corrupted druid. And we're going to have a hell of a fight on our hands. I hope you all enjoyed this. This has been Farwolf. And I can't wait to see you guys next time for the solo adventure where we invade the bandit tree. Bear Bua, August but not, my friends.